This is going to be a short one because I think I've been overworking and overstressing myself trying to get this AI working in time for this video, and I need to stop that before I burn myself out. It'd be quite a stretch to call it working at this point, although I do at least have some visible progress. It's just got a lot of bugs, and it's about 100 times too slow, and there are a couple of more general problems with the current approach to implementing this. But I do have ideas for how to address all of these, and I want to give it a little bit more time before I give up, because I still feel like this is probably a better solution if I can get it working. I guess I can talk a bit about the problems I've run into so far. The first was when trying to build an action sequence, it would try to keep going until there are no possibilities left. You don't want to stop the turn when there's still more you can do. But I forgot that some actions don't use up an action, like opening or closing doors have no cost attached. So a build an action sequence would open and close doors over and over 1,000 times until it hit the iteration limit. To solve that, for now I've just put a limit on how many zero-cost actions can be included in each sequence, but that's still not perfect. Even if it's only a few, I don't want the AI to open and close doors randomly for no reason. So what I might do is just have the AI automatically open any doors it controls and never close them. I also got tripped up a lot by some false assumptions I made about how Godot classes work on the C++ side. For instance, the array class, I assumed I could just copy by assignment, but no, it's a wrapper for some type of reference. My biggest concern for whether or not this approach would be viable is performance. So after I fixed the worst of the bugs, I started doing some profiling, and two main things stood out: getting the list of available actions at each step, and copying the regions list in the state. Well, the good news is, I don't really have to build a list of all the actions available to pick one at random, so I'm going to just pick one object that's an action source at random, and get one action from that source for each step. I can also speed up copying the regions by removing the whole mechanism for linking between different locations that I was using to allow the AI to pathfind through doors and teleporters. I'm also doing everything on a debug build so far, so release will be faster, and I'm not taking advantage of multi-threading yet, which I could, so hopefully combining all these things will be enough to get me from currently about 30 seconds for 100 generations to my target is about 6 seconds for 1,000 generations. The biggest problem I have left is that the outcome of some actions isn't really predictable, or it shouldn't be. For instance, firing a weapon, the AI shouldn't know for sure whether or not it's going to succeed in killing an enemy. So if the simulated state while building an action sequence doesn't match what actually happens when it's executed, I need some mechanism for identifying that divergence and redoing the AI planning, I guess. I also want to avoid the AI movement seeming so erratic. Even with a lot of generations to evolve, I think sometimes there won't be a score benefit to a straighter path over a bizarre one. So what I might do is, instead of using one square at a time movement steps, I might have it pick destinations that are more than one square away, and mostly suggested by action sources where the unit has to be next to it to do something. So again, I want to give this some more time to figure out if I can make this work, or if I'm going to have to go back to the old way. I think this could be so much better if I can make it work. But I have to say, when I said last week I was tired of working on AI, that was a pretty big understatement. Before I started getting into complex AI, I was having fun making this game and moving fast, and I missed that. And that's probably part of why working on Production Colony was so appealing, because it's a chance to get back to the fun parts of making a game. But I haven't really been doing that lately. Even on nights and weekends, all the time I'm thinking about this AI, and I've got to stop doing that. But the problem is I can't just put this aside and work on other things for a while, because the AI is crucial to playtesting anything. To get any of the core mechanics right, I need an opponent to play against. So let's just say I'm really eager to get this done and move on, and hopefully start having fun again. So one other thing I want to mention briefly is, thanks to a suggestion in the comments, I'll be hosting the Game Jam on itch.io. There'll be a link in the description. So that's all for this week. As always, it really helps if you hit the like button, spread the word, and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, thanks for watching.